Alright guys, we need to talk about AAVE on the channel for the first time in about 5 months. Now, the last time we looked at this was on December 12th. That's this candle right here, guys. So you can see we're a little bit lower than where we were, unfortunately. And yeah, I mean, we did peak out a few days later on this, and then we have this trend line that kind of hold us down. So you can see we hit here, we hit the trend line here, we almost broke out here, we hit here, guys. And just recently, in the last few days, we've basically been hitting this trend line again. And yesterday, I almost made a video on AAVE yesterday, and I said no. I chose a couple of others. I chose Solve Protocol and Ronin. And yeah, I should have made a video on this, guys, because this was actually very close to its breakout. And basically, it broke out while I was sleeping. And yeah, you can see it's actually sitting up against a resistance at the moment. It's only about 20 cents under it right now. But yeah, I do think this will eventually break. I guess there's probably some news for AAVE. I haven't really checked that out. I haven't really had any time. But yeah, it's broken through a couple of resistances already. And, if it breaks through 268.88, then it has 277.37. And then you have the top of the Fibonacci here at about $289 next to break out of. Now, taking a look at the volume profile here, basically it's above all the larger nodes, guys. And there's only a little tiny node here at around $300 up to about $320. But yeah, that isn't going to be much resistance, guys. I mean, you can see that basically, AAVE has worked its way through these little bit larger ones, we can say. But for the most part, this doesn't really have any volume resistance going up. Now, let's take a quick look at the RSI and the Stochh RSI, guys. Basically, on a weekly time frame, it's getting a little bit overheated here on the Stochh. But that, you can look at this and say, yeah, you have, 7 candles here in a row that are all green. So eventually that's going to happen, of course. On the daily time frame, probably will get overheated, I would say, tomorrow. But yeah, still not overheated on the Stochh yet. But the RSI is a little bit overheated. Now, the lower time frames, like the 4 hour, is just gliding along the overbought area here. So it's right on the edge. Now, the Stochh is overbought, so getting a little bit overheated there on both, the Stochh and RSI. 1 hour, it is overheated, guys. And let's take a look at the 15-minute. It's coming down pretty strongly on the Stochh RSI. The RSI is coming down, but still overheated too. So, yeah, I think in these very, very short terms, the 15-minute, the 1 hour, little bit overheated. The 4 hour might run a little bit more. So you may see it basically cross this next line, but I don't think it's going to cross that line here at about, $278. It probably will do something like this and then start to move a little bit later. Just because these lower time frames are a little bit overheated. Now, just looking at the quick MACD here, if we look at this in history, it was up at 124.25, but basically it was just printing red the whole time. And yeah, the local high over here was at like 57. So it's just a little bit above zero, basically. It's at 3 and 1 here. So it has a long way it can go, guys. It's just starting to print a green candle right here, as you can see. And on the daily time frame, if we look at it, it's been printing green for a while, actually. The local high here was up around 49, let's say. So yeah, it still has some ways it can run. It's at 21 and 17 on the daily time frame. So yeah, looking good in my opinion. And let's take a quick look at the tokenomics, guys. Max supply is 16 million. Circulating is almost all of that, so that's actually pretty good. That's what you really want to see. It really can't be diluted that much. Now, all-time high was 661, so you're still getting a 64% discount at the moment, which, in my opinion, that's still pretty good. If you have the money to buy AAVE, guys. Personally, I don't have any AAVE. I wish I did. It's just one that I missed. You can't win them all, guys. You can't get them all. It's just impossible. I mean, yeah, I can buy, $100 of this or something, or 200, but in my opinion, I'm going to look for coins that can make me a little bit more gains. You know, I already have my BNB, so that's enough for me, guys. But this is the number 39 coin overall. And yeah, if you have the money to buy it, guys, go ahead. And I think it's a safe coin to buy. Now, quickly looking at Bitcoin, guys, we can see if we zoom in here, it is just trying to break this 106, 155. So we are slightly above that on a daily time frame at the moment. Now, this candle needs to close above this, and then there's nothing really above us anymore, guys. Yesterday, I think I put the target at 113,500. So yeah, this is probably about where it's headed next, you know, to about 112, 113,000, maybe 114. Somewhere in there, guys, is the target. And yeah, I do think we're going to make all-time highs. And we could make it possibly this week, guys. Now, CME actually is sitting at 106,515. ETH is actually looking okay. It actually broke out on this flag. So if we zoom in, you can see, guys. Now, the target of ETH is sitting up here at about $3,000. So keep that in mind. And yeah, I mean, we do have a lot of resistances, though, to break through before we get there. So it's not going to do a straight candle up, probably. It's probably going to do something like a lightning bolt up. Now, the total market cap, guys, is finally at 1.2 trillion again. So we are back above this 1.19 trillion resistance. The dominance, guys, is getting a little bit of a red candle today. So we just had, what, 6 days green. It got a mega bounce off this 2.5-year trend line. And yeah, in my opinion, we need to break below this 2.5-year trend line and break below 60.46, and then I can start to celebrate, guys. Now, the dollar index is actually looking like it wants to break through this trend line. So let's see what happens today. Or let's see if this trend line kind of holds it up. But in my opinion, it's probably going to fall through. And, you know, a weaker dollar means a stronger Bitcoin, guys. Now, quarterly returns, Bitcoin looking, you know, still pretty good. ETH has almost taken back all the gains now. Yesterday, I think this was at 37% or so. And now it's almost at 41. So in Q1, we lost about 45% here. So yeah, it's really looking good, guys. Now, the liquidation heat map, 247 million have been wrecked, which is actually not that bad. Yesterday we were up at like 600 million, and it was mostly the longs that were getting wrecked. So now it's the shorts. So that's good in my opinion. Fear and greed at 71, guys. I think for 10 days we've been stuck between 70 and 74. So it's kind of amazing. We're just bouncing in like a 4-point, you know, scale here. Now, altcoin season index at a 20. I refreshed it from last night and it was an 18. So this has gone up a little bit, but just slightly. Looking at the bull market peak indicators, guys, still 100% hold. We have 0 from 30 indicators hit. The best indicator, Pi Cycle Top Indicator, not even close to crossing yet. Today, we only have a couple of speakers on the list. And then tomorrow, we really have nothing. Thursday is the bigger day this week, but it's not that big. If you put it on a 1 to 10 scale, I'd say it's like a 4 maximum, because we do have PMI. We do have a speaker here. We do have jobless claims, and that's about it, guys. There's not much else going on. Now, Friday, there was a speaker, but they've taken that off the list now, so I don't know why. Now, if we take a quick look at FedWatch tools, still pretty much the same as yesterday. You know, 91% are believing we're not getting a cut, you know, and 8% or so, 9% believing we're getting a cut. Now, Trueflation, since yesterday, has gone down a little bit. It's 1.92%. So, you know, I'm not sure what the Fed is waiting for, but on Trueflation, yeah, I mean, it looks like we're well under our 2% goal for the Fed. Now, looking at crypto bubbles, AAVE is the biggest winner here. So it's pretty much, you know, green all across the board. I only see Fartcoin. That is red, but maybe there's 1 or 2 more here. Anyways, if you're looking for staking for AAVE, guys, go to Coinondo. There's 17 deals that were found. So do your homework here. You know, there are limits and things, and you do have the number of days you have to leave the coin there, like 360 days, guys. 1 year, you just can't see that far down the road. I would say even like 6 months, you don't want to lock it up for, like this, you know, for example. You know, look for flexible, maybe 30 days. You know, you just can't judge the market so far down the road. Anyways, guys, If you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Check out some of the deals that I have below with the exchanges. I just got BingX yesterday, but I do have several others that I am partnered with. And guys, if you want Moodix, you can sign up for Moodix. They do have charts, statistics, articles, and things like this, guys. It's very good for stock trading. But if you want to become a member of the channel, I will forward most of these measurements that affect Bitcoin into the Telegram, and you'll basically know what's going on at the time that it happens. So it's actually a very good thing to have. Now, anyways, like I said, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.